This is a series of 100 films about Japanese foods that I've eaten, and this is a film about the dietary habits of the Japanese nerd. Let's talk about a word I've heard, a Japanese word. That word is otaku. It's almost celebrated in English culture, mostly because English speakers don't know what it means. They think it's a direct translation of nerd, dork, dweeb, geek, Nimrod, or Poindexter. But what that avoids is the word's darker, more obsessive connotation. You see, otaku's first meaning in Japanese is as an honorific word, meaning, directly translated, your house. It only gained its current meaning in the 1980s when an ill-socialized young man was charged with murder. But why dwell on matters so dark when we can talk about food? Sara. What does the Japanese nerd eat? It's a difficult question, you see. In English, we think of nerds as people obsessed with computers, outer space, or dragons. But in Japan, there are all kinds of strange otakus, like plane otakus, train otakus, and gun otakus. There are even otakus who obsessively document train station signs. But what do they eat? No one looks at an otaku and thinks they must have had lunch at Crayon House, the vegan restaurant I mentioned a few episodes ago. So I made a list because the internet loves lists. I call it my top 5 otaku foods. Number 5, karaage. Foreigners often believe Japanese food is healthy. Of course, they've never sat in a packed Tokyo Kentucky Fried Chicken during a weekday lunch hour. Sara. Deep-fried chicken, boned and deboned, is available on every street corner 24 hours a day. Great for those who only leave the house after dark. The most common kind is karaage, a deep-fried chicken ball. It's juicy and delicious and bad for your waistline. Number 4, flavored bread. Bread comes in many flavors in Japan, like maple syrup and coffee. For just over $1, you can get a prepackaged piece of what the Japanese call bread. It's typically a bit dry and bland, like astronaut food, and I wouldn't recommend making a turkey sandwich with it, but it will act functionally as food. Number 3, pizza. This is the Japanese competitor to Pizza Hut and Domino's. They do a Halloween pizza. It looks like this. That's supposed to be a jack-o'-lantern. If that doesn't give you nightmares, I'll wager you can't actually experience emotions. Sara. Number 2, Nongshim Korean noodles. Who said otaku don't like to turn up the heat? I mean, somebody's got to be buying these things. I've never seen anybody eating this kind of instant ramen in public, so it must be the hikikomori. And finally, number 1. That's right, you guessed it, the McEbby burger. One of those things that cannot be overlooked is the shrimp burger from McDonald's. It's fast food, but with a Japanese twist. It's unhealthy, but filling. And it has shrimp. And who loves Dungeons and Dragons like the Celts who put their names on the world's most successful restaurant chain? This is true fusion cuisine for food otakus. The word of the day. The word of the day is sara. It means plate in Japanese, as in I need a small sara to share this delicious tuna mayo pizza from Pizza-La. So, if you want to remember this word, feel free to watch this video 10 more times and repeat along with me. Or at least that's what I'd do. Next time. So that's it until next time when we look at how to eat your way into near bankruptcy. So until then, sayonara.